Great. Mum's sitting out in the front yard and she's probably looking, thinking, what the fuck is Ben doing sitting in his car and talking? Alright guys, so here we are for another random Q&A video. This one is definitely a lot different to what I'm normally doing. This one is a real life one, and as you can see, I'm in my car, so hopefully the quality isn't too bad. I'm recording on my GoPro Hero 4 and it's sitting on my windshield there, and I can see it's just a little bit crooked, so hopefully that doesn't bother you guys too much. But here we are, I'm in my car. It's the start of summer and it's probably like 30 odd degrees outside and I'm sitting in my car. Yeah, probably not the best idea. So I'll try and get through this quickly. I'll try and get through as many questions as I can. On the video that I asked you guys to ask me questions on, we got 700 comments. So I've got a lot of comments to read through here. I'm going to read them through on my phone. I may display them on the screen, or who knows. Yeah, let's just get on with the questions. First question, and it's fairly simple. It's from Stephen Caffrey. He says, how did you get into Formula 1? Well, basically, I started back in 2010. My dad sort of introduced me to it. We started watching pretty much at the start of the season, and I just sort of fell in love with the sport from there. It must be said though that I was a massive motorsport fan well before 2010. I followed V8 supercars ever since 2003, maybe 2004. So yeah, racing is always something I've been really passionate about, and Formula 1 for me was a hidden gem that I only discovered 5 years ago. Sublime Ding Zero says, when you flush the toilet in Australia, does the water spin clockwise or counterclockwise? I don't know. Maybe it spins counterclockwise according to the Simpsons episode. Leon DL says, do you even lift? Well, I mean, of course I lift, bro. What features and changes do you want for F1 2016, the game? There's a lot of changes, really. It's really just addition of things that we've already got in F1 2015. 2015, as it was a good game on the face of it. The racing itself was very good. The AI, best it's ever been. And the handling was very good too. But the thing that let it down was the online and just the lack of features, lack of depth in the game. I got very bored of it very quickly. You can't play as yourself in a career mode, so that's disappointing. There's a whole slew of little things that they should add, being a 5-6 year old franchise now, and they sort of, as the years have gone on, they've sort of gone downhill in the way of features and things that they should be adding in the game. Every game has become even more bare bones. So F1 2016, it needs to break the trend, it needs to go up, it needs to introduce GP2, something like that. We need more game modes, and we need more relevant game modes, and we need to keep people playing the game long into the new year, because you'll see, massive bus, that people stop playing the game after about a month, and that's not good. And you want to play online for as long as you can with people, and even from the start, like, the lobbies weren't full, and the hopper system was terrible. But yeah, we just need to make the game interesting, make it worthwhile for everyone to keep playing right throughout the year, and we'll see some very full lobbies and everything and what have you. So hopefully lag's fixed as well. That of course goes without saying, but I don't want to go into it too much because I'm going to do a video on this anyway in the not too distant future. So that's sort of the gist of what I want to see for F1 2016. Will I ever come up to Townsville for the Townsville 400 V8 supercar event? I've got a mate who lives up there in Townsville, so I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. First I want to go to an F1 race. That's something I need to do, and hopefully I'm going to do it in March next year. Will you ever bring Sprint Mode Championship back? Possibly. It's tough because the online on this game is pretty terrible, and just getting everyone in is a bit of a hassle, especially when you have to reset the lobby after one session. If you do 2 sessions in a row, then you will have desyncing in the lobby, and then it just becomes a time trial. Look at the first, I think it was 3 episodes of Sprint Mode Championship, and that's what happened. So I don't know, but to be honest, we've got a replacement series. We're doing the F1 YouTuber Championship. If you haven't seen it so far, then I recommend you go check it out. It's so funny. Just editing those videos is so good. But yeah, you don't have the online player-to-player wheel-to-wheel racing that you would get in sprint mode, but the online AI are very close second. They're very, very unpredictable. Alistair Law says, seriously though, please tell us what Tiametmarduk means. Well done on 115,000 subscribers. Thank you, Alistair. I am doing the Tiametmarduk video. This video right now is actually sort of a warm-up, sort of a tester to see how the GoPro goes, and because this is the similar video that I'm going to do for the Tiametmarduk video. I'm probably going to do it in my car. I'm probably going to be driving around or something like that. So if you guys like this style of video, then by all means, I'm going to make the Tiametmarduk video. It's just, for whatever reason, I don't know, I've had really high expectations of myself for making that video, and I just wanted it to be memorable. I tried recording it once before, and I wasn't really happy with the quality of it, so I want to do it again, and hopefully this time it's going to be much better. But to answer your question though, it's going to be here by the end of the year. I'd say maybe in 2 weeks' time or something like that. Poms for the win 87. Do you ever see yourself returning to league racing? I don't know. I've not done league racing in 2 to 3 years. In a way, I miss it, but in others, I really don't, because if I want to race against the people I want to race against, the best of the best, it's European time zones, and I got to get up at 5 a.m. and it's a massive hustle, and the F1 games really just aren't up to standard at the moment. So unfortunately, I don't think I'll be doing something like that anytime soon, unfortunately. I'm pretty tied up with doing videos, you know, 5-6 times a week nowadays anyway. Alright, it's getting really hot. I gotta turn the engine back on, put the aircon back on. Hamilton 44 says, what has been your favourite moment this year in F1? I'd possibly say the USA race in Austin. It was such an unpredictable race. There was so much that was happening, so many battles, so many variable strategies. It was almost like a Bathurst 1000 race. I said that on Twitter at the time. Cheeky plug for my Twitter. Follow me on there if you want to see cheeky banterous tweets on a race weekend, because that's something that definitely happens every time a new Grand Prix rolls around. But yeah, US Grand Prix, really, it was a standout race for me. The battle between Rosberg and Hamilton. So many things are happening in such a short space of time. You just didn't know what was going to happen next, and then Lewis Hamilton came out on top. It was just a very crazy race. We've been spoilt for some really good races this year, but unfortunately it's been mixed in with lots of mediocre races. Malaysia stands out as a good one as well. Yeah, we've had a few, but a few pretty bad ones as well. Hopefully next year the racing is a lot better from race to race. Ace Nace 24 says, if you could pick any 3 road cars, which would you pick? Such a good question. 1, Lamborghini Aventador. 2, something with a big roaring V8, possibly a Ford Mustang. And 3, it would have to be something that's pretty practical. 4 seats, maybe a hatchback European style type car. I don't know. I'm almost tempted to go like all supercars on this, like a Nissan Skyline GTR, Nissan GTR, sorry, or a Mercedes AMG GT, which is the current F1 safety car. For some reason, I'm just in love with that car. I'd have to say, yeah, AMG GT, Lamborghini Aventador, and Ford Mustang. Josh L says, have you ever smoked weed and watched F1? No. Biker Gaming says, why did you come up with the name Tiametmarduk? Now, I'll answer this one in this video. It was back in my RuneScape days. I wanted a name that looked a little bit different, a little bit out there, something that was unique, and also kind of looked good aesthetically as well. So I looked up random usernames on the internet, and I couldn't quite come up with one, and I came to a family member who provided me with the name Tiametmarduk. I won't say any more than that, but you'll find out the rest in about 2 weeks' time. Adrian Coniares says, do you think Haas will be competitive in 2016? Why or why not? I think they'll be relatively competitive. They've got a lot of money, a lot of backing behind them, but you need experience in Formula One. I don't know how they're going in terms of personnel, but backing, money, good drivers is also pretty key. I think they'll be relatively competitive, like I said, possibly around a Sauber, maybe just above a McLaren Honda. Thank you. But yeah, anything above that for them would be very, very positive for those guys. I think they'll be aiming for maybe points finishes every so often, and just looking to build on it from there. But yeah, a new team coming into F1, it's so unpredictable. You can never really predict these things. Even the personnel Gene Haas himself probably even wouldn't know where he'd fit on the ladder of performance in F1, because you just don't know until you rock up in Melbourne. The teams change so much from year to year. That was a ramble and a half, wasn't it? Gary Crow says, if you could be any YouTuber apart from yourself and Arava, who would it be? It would probably be like Vanos Gaming or Louis Caliber or something like that. Just being able to record videos with so many of your friends, so many close people that you work well with and make videos with is something that's really awesome. I myself sort of get that with Arav, Matt and Noble, so hopefully you guys are sort of enjoying those videos and seeing more of those guys on the channel a little bit more often. But yeah, when you can do YouTube full time with your friends, it doesn't feel like you're really working at all, and that's simply like the best feeling you could probably get. So yeah, I'd have to say one of those guys. Casper Jacob Gaming says, why don't you make more vlogs? Well, I don't know, it's probably because I think I'm ugly. I don't know, I'm not really that comfortable with showing my face, and I haven't really been that comfortable in front of a camera. I've always sort of been, you know, a bit iffy on what the comments might be, but you know, you just gotta YOLO it, you gotta just go for it and just dismiss any kind of comments or anything like that. It doesn't really bother me in the first place. It's just I'm kind of a lazy person, and once I sort of like put things off, and like once I eventually get into the rhythm of doing them, then it'll just come naturally to me, and I'll do it like till the cows come home or whatever. So I think once I get into the swing of doing more real life videos like this, I think you'll see a lot more of that happening on the channel, and that's something I want to work towards in 2016. That's something. So my GoPro has completely died just now, and I was pretty much wrapping up the Q&A anyway. That was going to be the last question, but pretty much I am building towards making more vlogs and doing that kind of thing in 2016. So hopefully you guys enjoy this sort of thing. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel to see more stuff like this, see more racing game content, F1 2015, iRacing, Forza, Gran Turismo in the new year possibly, and more banterous content with myself and some of my friends as well. So check out my Twitter, my Instagram, all that kind of thing if you're interested in what I'm doing when I'm not making YouTube videos. So yeah, that's pretty much been this video for today. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully, oh, there's a car that just went past, hopefully my GoPro actually saved all that footage that I just recorded for that Q&A, because if it didn't, I'm not going to be happy. But that's been this video for today. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.
Jack it up.